Ladies and gentlemen, the stock market is not looking good so far today. It's about 2 p.m. right now on the East Coast. We have the Russell leading the way with the losses down 0.8%. The Nasdaq's down 0.75%, not too far behind the Russell, as the S&P and the Dow each are down 0.5%, and we have the VIX up over 1.7%. So yeah, volatility is kicking in, VIX back over 20, and all of the indexes are selling off. So in this video, we're going to break down, of course, the markets, and we're going to talk about Tesla stock, AMC stock, do an update on those two, and we're going to talk about some other ones. What's going on my watch list right now. So if you guys find value, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe as well. That really helps me out overall in the algorithm. And new partnership on the channel, guys. If you want 50% off Seeking Alpha Premium for the first year, use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Seeking Alpha. Check it out. All the details, again, are down below. And with that being said, guys, I appreciate you all. As always, let's dive into the video. So Tesla stock right now is down 0.75%, and it's actually rebounded a decent amount throughout the course of the day. Let's pull up the intraday, and I'll show you guys what's going on here. Tesla was at $124, which, I mean, is not that crazy considering how volatile it's been, but it was at $124 earlier in the day, and now it's pushing 128. You guys can see we hit, even earlier than that, we hit almost 130 in the morning. So we broke out a little bit in the morning, sold off to that 124 level. We took the lows out from yesterday, which I'll be honest, was not the best sign, is not the best sign. But since that point, we've recovered. Now, the bulls are in a very interesting spot right now. Do they break the highs? Do the bulls take the highs out from earlier today? If so, of course, that'd be great. Or do we fail at this point? 129, 130, and from that point, of course, we might be going back to the lows from today. So these next 2 hours of trading, again, it's almost 2 p.m. right now. Markets close at 4, if you guys didn't know that, on the East Coast. You know, these next 2 hours are going to be pivotal. You know, do we take 130 out? I'll set my alert there now on the upside. Markets that were above 130, the intraday high, or do we fail at that point, roughly 128.29, and then we start dumping down to the intraday low, which is right around 124. I'll also set an alert right there. Markets that were below 124. So if you guys pull back the layers a little bit more, let's do that together right now, and you could probably see this on your own charts, right? We can see as of now, right, we bounced off 124. Again, we held that on the intraday chart. You guys see that? Peeling back the layers a bit on the 20-day chart, you're going to see Tesla resistance was at 24. You know, the resistance from the end of December pretty much up until a couple days ago was 124, 125. So the fact that we pulled down to that today, we held it in the pre-market, intraday today, yesterday as well. Now we're bouncing off of it. Even though Tesla's red, I mean, we are bouncing off of it. That is a good sign, in my opinion, for the bulls. Now, all we have to do, really, to potentially start breaking out again on the stock is take out 130, which is the intraday high today. So that's what I'm looking at. You know, moving forward here, Tesla's in a little $4 or $5 window where we're just going to have to wait and pick direction. That's just the reality of the matter at this point. And if we go over here to AMC, guys, let's pull that up. AMC is down 1.5% on the day-to-day, but you could argue on this hourly chart, it is still holding trend. You could definitely argue that. I mean, if I pull up the little circle tool, let's do that together, we can see here higher lows technically are being held right now. You know, we're now holding, you know, if we pull the intraday up, you guys could see we hit 530 earlier today. Now we're pushing 560. We did hold the higher low at that point. Now we are bouncing off that level on the 20-day chart. And again, you can make an argument that this could be playing off this trend. You know, we could be playing off that and maybe going back maybe higher, $6, maybe higher than that, right? So AMC looks decent here on the 20-day chart, but on the 4-hour chart, this makes me a little bit nervous. If you guys take a look here, it's still clearly in a downtrend, and the fact that, or rather, when we saw this go from 370 to about 675, the fact that we didn't break out of that point, we held pretty much a higher low, or rather a lower high. We got rejected at a lower high at about $7. That's not too promising in my opinion. Not the best sign in my opinion, right? Now, if this thing were to break $7, it starts breaking $9 into the tens miraculously, which is possible. Never say never. If that were to happen, that'd be a legitimate reversal. But we're just not anywhere near that. Let's be honest, guys. We're not anywhere near that. We're still in bull trap territory. This is going to have to run for me to believe it's, potentially back to the old AMC days, which I doubt we're ever going to get again. But for me to think that, it's going to have to go up past $10 and start breaking the highs from a couple months ago, which I just don't see happening. I don't know. What do you guys think? These were the highs from back in November, back in September, October, also back in August a little bit, right? So what do you guys think? I mean, I think AMC, this rally could be over here, but if we start pushing 7, it could be a different story, especially $10. We shall see. Let me know your thoughts, as always, guys, in the comments. I appreciate you all, as always, for tuning in and sticking on throughout these videos. So what else is going on today, guys? Well, like I said in the intro, all the indexes are in the red right now at about 2 p.m. on the East Coast, and we're still trading in this wedge. Nothing really crazy different has happened since the last video where we talked about SPY and Triple Q, but you guys can see, again, we're in this wedge, and as of now, we are trying to fight. SPY's trying to fight at the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart to maybe see some sort of bounce. I mean, you can see here an inverse head and shoulders played out throughout the day today. The intraday highs at about 390, 390.50. Do we break that point, run into close? We'll see. Of course, make sure to subscribe, because later in the day, there's going to be another video where we do talk about the last 2 hours of trading, which we can't do now because that would mean this video would be 2.5 hours long. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, because there will be another video later, and we'll see whether or not SPY broke 390, 391, and where it could be going from that point. And Triple Q, like SPY, is trading in the wedge as well. Higher lows at the same time as lower highs are being made. That is clear as day here on Triple Q. So yeah, at this point, guys, markets are red. VIX is creeping up over 20. The metals are doing pretty good. And if I pull up gold and silver, let's talk about those really quickly. What we're noticing is gold is bouncing right off that 50 SMA, and it looks like we're going right towards the highs now to test them from a couple days ago. Really, it's just been the past couple of days. Gold's been messing around 1920, 1930. So it looks like gold wants to test that point. In my opinion, this is setting up for a breakout. That doesn't really look like a cup and handle. Maybe it is a little bit. I don't know. You could argue it is, but we can see clearly cup and handle, or ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it. That's kind of what I'm seeing here on gold. I think this is setting up for a break past 1950, or at least towards it. That's my opinion. If we pull the yearly chart up, we can see here back in April of 2022, March 2022, gold was above 1950. It was at 1980 at one point. It of course, got over 2,000 an ounce. So I think this could be going back over 2,000 an ounce. It looks like that's where it's headed. And if we pull up silver, silver looks pretty good as well. But big but here, it's got to break 25. It's been struggling. If you guys have noticed, silver since the beginning of December has been pretty flat. If I pull the 4-hour up, you're going to see, if I zoom in a little bit here, it hasn't really gotten past 24.50, 25 an ounce since the beginning of December. Like I said, I mean, this has been a resistance for quite some time. If I pull the 3-year chart up, you're going to see mid-20s back in March. That's where we failed and got all the way back down to 17 on silver. Even back in 2020, yes, we did hit 30 an ounce multiple times, but, the peak was roughly 25, 30 an ounce on silver. So if this could start to get past 30 an ounce, which I know that's a pretty big move from where we are now, but let's say it runs 25%, breaks 30 an ounce, that would be a remarkable technical breakout on silver. And at that point, I mean, this could really start to make a move towards all-time highs. I'm not saying it's going to go to all-time highs, because that would be a ridiculous bet. I mean, all-time highs, that's implying it's going to double from here. I mean, who knows? It could over time, but I don't think in the short term that's realistic. But what I do think in the short term is realistic is if we do break 25, $30. $30 an ounce, very realistic in my opinion. And you guys have seen silver. I mean, if you've been watching the markets for just a couple weeks, a couple months, you've seen silver. I think one day it was up 12%, was it not? Let me see here. I got to pull this up now. One of these days, or maybe not 12. Am I blowing that out of proportion? It might have been this day right here. No, it wasn't that day. 6% day. Maybe was it 12%? Now I'm second guessing myself. Either way, there was one day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was it was just a massive day for silver. Either way, you guys probably remember. It's been running up and down for a while at this point. Crazy swings, and there's bigger swings in silver than there is in gold, as you guys may or may not know. Let's see here. Is it this point right here? Yeah, I mean, look at this. Silver in the span of, just look at this wild move. From the 28th of September, it was at $17.90 an ounce. It got all the way to $21.30 by the 4th of October. I mean, talk about volatility. This thing could really move. It ran 20% in less than a week. So, yeah, silver could break out like crazy. I'm watching at $25. And to watch, or what to watch for silver, what I'm watching at least, is SLV, which I've talked about before. This is simply an ETF that tracks the price of silver, right? It's not like you're going to buy SLV and a silver bar is going to show up at your house. It's you're simply trading silver in the paper markets, which, if you're holding metals for the long term, this kind of defeats the purpose. It's like buying crypto and leaving it on the exchange. I mean, it's stupid, right? If you want your crypto, you better buy a cold storage wallet and keep it safe. I didn't learn that lesson this go around. And quite frankly, luckily, I've never learned that lesson the hard way because I've always had a Ledger and NOS. But a lot of people with FTX, they learn that lesson the hard way, unfortunately. And a lot of these other exchanges I was reading, which one's going under now? Genesis, BlockFi, a lot of these are gone, right? A lot of these are gone. These lending platforms, whatever, they're gone. And, silver, it's the same thing. If you want to hold silver for the long term, metals for the long term, it's better to have the physical thing. But if you want to trade these metals, which I like trading them, silver, SLV works, gold, GLD for gold, that works too. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, I'd love to know your thoughts. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe as always. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and up to 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. Free money, guys. And you could also get 50% off of your first year of Seeking Alpha. I think it comes out to like $129. Check it out. All the links are down below. I appreciate you guys as always. Peace out.